The second-generation object Indigo Plasma is retreating eastward. We believe it is heading more or less toward Europe. It's cutting through the Arctic Circle and is currently in the waters surrounding the Queen Elizabeth Islands.
If we'd blocked off the Bering Sea from the start, they'd already be out of supplies. How many objects do we have in the region that could intercept it in time?
Between our baby Magnum, the Snowquake, and the active Sledge, 3.
Very well. Victoria Island. This is where we'll make our stand against the Indigo Plasma.
I thought the crap the Indigo Plasma pulled was crazy, but it all makes sense now. Turns out it was Prizewell City Slicker's freaking unit. City Slicker? He's an arrogant windbag. Even by pompous noble standards. This guy sounds like a total winner.
What he really is a stupid bastard with a death wish, because he thinks he can manipulate war and politics to suit his own selfish desires. In his not-so-humble opinion, the reason the legitimate kingdom's growth has stagnated is a lack of manpower. There's a rumor that he's even brought back slavery on his own lands.
Why not? Advancement of the species is overrated.
To help create his new caste system, he'll segregate along language barriers. He's a raving linguistic protectionist.
So he wants to start discriminating based on what language people speak?
Technically speaking, the legitimate kingdom's language is a collation of the various European tongues structured around what used to be French.
But when it comes to things like military jargon and programming languages, English is still the standard in most cases. But City Slicker thinks that kind of irregularity is dangerous. He's also creepy about bloodlines. He surrounded himself with sycophantic blood relatives like some mafia don. He doesn't trust outsiders, period. So he wants to sort out the pawns using language as the divider.
He only cares about himself. That's why he never fit in, even among the nobility. Their disregard made him impatient. His involvement in the Kamchatka campaign was an attempt to gain more clout amongst the nobility through his military involvement. And we know how that worked out. Once we discovered what he'd been scheming, his prestige took a big hit. It's only a matter of time before they strip him of his titles.
Which gives him all the more impetus to spring into action soon.
Prizewell City Slicker's objective is to threaten our homeland with such overwhelming military might that his opinions can't be ignored anymore. But we're gonna stop that from happening. The enemy will be here soon. We're up against the 24th Mechanized Maintenance Battalion and their second gen, Indigo Plasma. You cannot afford to think of these war criminals as your fellow countrymen. They are not. They conspired to murder countless civilians. They've stained our reputation and have been declared hostiles. There are civilians on this island as well, so before the 24th gets to them, we'll hit them with everything we've got and take their leader, Prizewell City Slicker, down. Just as its name indicates, we're dealing with a second-gen unit that specializes in the use of fixed-base plasma cannons. It's a force to be reckoned with on its own. But from what our intel suggests, they've also been drilling infantry support tactics.
What do you mean, infantry support?
They must have taken a long, hard look at the 37th combat record and decided it was something worth trying themselves. That's all thanks to you two. Take a bow.
So when exactly did our particular brand of reckless abandon become all the rage for military tacticians?
Who knows?
Moving forward, here along the coastline, we'll bring the Indigo plasma down. The Baby Magnum and the Snowquake will block off its approach on the shore, while the active sledge follows up from behind, cutting off its escape route.
3 versus 1, huh? We're talking beatdown.
3 means we can win for sure!
Maybe, but that doesn't mean that people won't die. Now, stay alert and good luck out there.
Quenther,
Hi, Princess.
Granny was acting kind of strange earlier. Do you know why?
Huh?
Probably just the effect the change in temperature is having on her feeble old bones.
But
It's looking like we're gonna have a pretty heavy infantry presence on the front lines this time. I bet that's why she's worried.
maybe you're right.
Where are you going? We're mobilizing soon, dude.
I haven't had much time to study recently. Thought it would be a good idea to swing by the maintenance hangar for a bit.
Good luck. That old battle axe is as tough as they come, but maybe she'll spill her guts for you, Mr. Ladies Man.
Only accidentally, I assure you. So that's the Snowquake.
Hey, boy!
Granny.
We're at red level combat readiness right now, which means I don't have the time to waste teaching an amateur.
Like always? You're more the just shut up and watch type of mentor anyway.
If you really want to watch and learn, it's easier from a higher point of view.
Right.
And in terms of workplace safety, the last thing we need is some know-nothing wandering around.
I'm not some know-nothing. What's that?
Oh, I hadn't shown you that yet? We're loading the special gas used in the fixed-base plasma cannons.
So that's it.
Time for a refresher course. With high voltage applied to it, the gas turns into plasma, releasing a tremendous amount of energy. Extra measures have to be taken to make sure everything is fully grounded, or else static electricity could accidentally activate the stuff.
Who's this a photo of?
That, it's mine.
Oh! Is this your daughter? Or your great-granddaughter?
No, I meant it was me.
What? Wow! Don't get mad! But if you grow young again on nights when there's a full moon, let me know.
Fool, it was from years ago. Look at the buildings. It's the old Japanese archipelago.
Wait, Japanese? But aren't they Capital Enterprise?
I immigrated from the Capital Enterprise over a decade ago. Or you could just as easily say I was seeking asylum.
Asylum?
My daughter and her husband were international philanthropists, which led to their downfall. The Capital Enterprise is a conglomerate of power whose politics are governed by corporate interest. And incidentally, philanthropy violates the principles of a purely capitalist society. My daughter and her husband, labeled economic terrorists. There were even people calling for their execution. So after that, we had no choice but to pack up everything and immigrate to a place where the Capital Enterprise couldn't reach us. Though, with the legitimate kingdom taking pedigree so seriously, it wasn't exactly paradise either.
That sounds really rough. Where are your daughter and her husband living these days?
They live in a little immigrant settlement, right here on the east side of the island.
Operations going live, people! Teams A through D on the helos. Teams E through H on the trucks. Covert Team I to your snowmobiles. Once you've completed your checks, all teams are to move out!
And of course, we get stuck with the trucks. Doesn't get much cruder than this, hauled around like a bunch of potatoes.
But in a fight against an object loaded with anti-air lasers? I think I prefer this to the transport helicopters.
Never mind, so what ended up happening with Granny?
From what she told me about her life, it's no wonder she ended up such a tough old broad. Okay, I handle rigging the explosives, so you go be lookout or something.
Do you really think that's worth the time? I mean, look at all this wide open space! Do you honestly think the enemy's gonna conveniently walk right over where you planted those explosives?
It's not as if every single bomb is going to kill every single target. We want them thinking at every turn, there's no telling where the next bomb could be. Their movements will then be restricted by their apprehension. In the meantime, we keep leaving behind little presents for them. If what we're doing stalls the infantry, then that's all we need. But bringing this whole battle to a close, we'll leave that to the princess.
Hey, speak of the devil. Is that? It's the Snowquake!
I wish I'd gotten to take a better look at it in the maintenance hangar.
Don't forget out at sea, the active sledge is in hot pursuit. Looks like we got this op in the bag.
I hope so. Now, what are we supposed to do after we rig these up?
We rendezvous with the troops from teams A through D, and we help them drive off the 24th Battalion's infantry. You know, a good old-fashioned shootout in the mud and grime.
Sounds great. Wish I had a gun. But I can't because I'm a student. What's the deal with not having anything to defend myself with?
I don't know, I'm just a radar analyst, man. You see any radar here? I'm afraid of what might come next. Jiggly Jug's making us deliver freaking pizzas?
Make mine a half margarita, half seafood pie. Enough chit-chat, kids. Job opportunity. Team B is currently exchanging fire with the 24th Battalion's troops. Put your work on hold and go back them up. Then you can get back to complaining.
Well, you heard the lady. All us supporting actors have to try not to die until the real stars arrive.
Active sledge, in pursuit of the indigo plasma. It appears the enemy will come ashore on Victoria Island, just as we expected.
Yes, just like we planned it. Listen! Stay sharp, keep your guard up!
Battle between legitimate kingdom forces.
Remember, these guys are the enemy. When it comes to them, there's no room for sympathy. This is bad. We're on the defensive.
What are those? Are they powered suits?
If they were, they probably would have charged in instead of just taking cover. Must be some kind of protective gear.
You don't think they'd use germs or poisonous gases, would they?
They might be flamethrowers. They kind of look like firefighters.
You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
All right, let's get to work, and let's have fun. Might as well give Jumbo Jubblies a reason to be proud.
But what am I supposed to do?
You just spot for me.
Spot for you?
I'm too zoomed in to see the battle unfold. You'll pick my targets. Smart bullets are expensive, so let's try not to waste any.
So what am I looking for?
Anyone who looks high-ranking, other targets of opportunity.
Left of the armored vehicle, in back. The one making hand gestures.
That'd be the platoon leader.
Hit. Now to the right and up. We've got a guy in the turret. Got him. To the right side of the same vehicle. Laying down fire.
LMG. Squad automatic weapon.
He's down. Oh crap! They're aiming right at us!
Which one?
Left and back from the last target.
Tell me in Mills!
Mills!
The little reticle marks!
Just hurry! They might have smart bullets too! That's bad.
Get down!
What?
Just shut up and get down! Found you. Bam! Headshot.
What were you going to do if he had been targeting you instead of me, smart guy?
Life's more rewarding when you live on the edge from time to time. The enemy's starting to fall back. Our boys are charging in.
That's game and set.
We won this round. I'll say this, not one of them put his hands up. Time to stiff check for working radios. If we can find their frequency or get past their encryption, we might be able to intercept any incoming calls their boss makes.
No use. They're all going to be locked with these guys' passcodes.
You're a classic pessimist. There's always the chance one of these guys was an idiot who never set up his passcode.
Hey! What the hell?! It's pumping out a gas! Is it remote controlled? Oh, come on, chemical weapons?! One condom full is enough to kill us 10 times over. We're still talking about it. So it's something else.
It seems to be heavier than air.
Go! Evacuate up the hill!
Oh man, here come the headliners!
Second gen or not, if the Elite doesn't have skill, he doesn't stand a chance. Trying to run? It's a bit late to get scared.
Move it! Hurry!
It isn't poisonous. They didn't use them as flamethrowers, so I doubt it's your run-of-the-mill combustible. What was it? Don't tell me. Is that...
You're kidding me! What was that stuff? We can rule out pest control. They don't get issued machine guns.
Take cover! Get down!
What just happened?
Gas.
It's the same gas they use for the plasma cannons.
But how'd they make it do that fireball?
Fixed-base plasma cannons are object-level weapons that create high-temperature plasma projectiles. You just apply a current to a special gas, which they spread, and then ignite it for that detonation.
Friggin' magma! I guess their elite barbecues his meat well done as in charred to a crisp.
After nothing but crappy rations the last few days, talking about barbecue is demoralizing.
You're right, my bad.
But anyway, we learned something from what happened. Their plan has the indigo plasma draw the enemy's attention and then lure them in while the infantry units set up the trap. And by firing the fixed-base plasma cannon into that cloud, they excite the gas and unleash a plasma storm on the unsuspecting enemy. That's their strategy for coordinating with infantry.
The snowquake's hit!
Damn it! That took its legs out!
Princess! Come on, that was way too close! Hang in there. Check it. The active sledge will arrive from the sea soon. At 3 against 1, it'll all work out.
Maybe. I hope so.
Active sledge heavily damaged. No, active sledge has been sunk. Ejection of the elite piloting it has been confirmed. Unable to continue fighting.
No way! The enemy only has one object! Why did the active sledge sink?
Unknown. Currently going over the satellite footage.
Damn it!
Hey, look!
I don't think those readings are the active sledge.
What the heck are they?
They're objects.
Seriously? You mean all 6 of them? They're objects?
Recorded data has been confirmed. They came from beneath the sea. They avoided our radar by approaching submerged.
What are you trying to say? Are these objects supposed to be modeled after sperm whales?
Unknown.
And 6 of them? What happened to the whole "we outnumber them" thing?
It can't be. This is absurd.
To my esteemed brethren of the friendly forces of the legitimate kingdom, this is the elite of the glorious 24th Mechanized Maintenance Battalion speaking. Criswell City Slicker the Magnificent. We are not your enemy. We have come to claim a great victory for the glory of our beloved homeland. The legitimate kingdom has grown stagnant. Do you know why? Because we have to break through barriers just to be understood, even though we have such a useful tool as our nation's official language. Inferior languages are being used, causing interference, keeping us from understanding each other. This world changes every second. The accumulation of these slight delays gives rise to a cancerous deficit. In order for our legitimate kingdom to be victorious, we must find a solution for this problem. This is my goal, to bring purity through eradication.
You can't put a price on honor!
The critical running battle on Victoria Island. 2.